All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim, risking their lives, pushing his word, doing so. The title is going to be You Can't Escape the Lord. And the subject is basically the Lord's omniscience, omnipotent, and omnipresence. Okay. I'm going to go into a quick side note that'll only take maybe like a minute or 2 minutes just to get out the Strongs and the etymology on the roots, suffixes, and prefixes on these words in the subject. So we'll start with omni, which means every, abundant, all. And the Strongs is H, which is Hebrew, 3605. Call. Okay, every and abundant. That's omni. All, right? Call. That's the Hebrew. Call. This is science, which means to know. Strong's H, chapter. Forgive me. Strong's H, 3045. Yadai. Some names, you have names like Jada. I put in asterisk Jada because it could be spelt different. You can have I's in there, but that's really what that's saying is Yadai. Your name is saying to know, science, right? Potent goes into power. Is Hebrews or H 410. El and Ayah. So when you see names like Ezekiel, right, the prophet Ezekiel, when you see names like Raphael, Mishael, Michael, and you know, the El, it means power, God, right? Ayah, same difference. Isaiah, Nehemiah, Obadiah, Zephaniah, Zechariah, you know, it means power, God. And in the translation to the original Hebrew, the Paleo ancient Hebrew, it's Allah for El. Allah and Ayah goes. It means Yah for Ayah, because those are the endings of names, and it basically it means power, God. This is presence, is in place, face, which is H or Hebrews 6440. Panya, face, you know, presence. So this is Psalms chapter 139 verses 7 through 8. Whither shall I go from thy spirit, or whither shall I flee from thy presence? If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. Okay, so the Lord is unavoidable. He's unavoidable. You can't get around him, right? This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 11. And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. So that's your reward for trying to escape the Lord. Okay? Now granted, you have situations like Jonah, which I'll go into now. Jonah chapter 1 verse 3. But Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord, and went down to Joppa, and he found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare thereof, and went down into it to go with them to Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. So we know the story of Jonah. The reason why he was in a whale's belly is because he tried to run. But the Lord had a mission for Jonah, and the Lord is like the Lord's elect. You're going to serve the Lord whether you like it or not. You know, it is not a thing that you want, or it's not about what you want. Granted, you know, there's going to be people that try to get around the Lord, climb up another way. Hey, they got their own punishment, but you can't escape the Lord, is the point. You can't. Jonah tried it. Many people have tried it. You can't. So this is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1. I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of vocation wherewith ye are called. In other verses and precepts, Apostle Paul makes it clear that he is a prisoner of the Lord. Okay? And I'm going to conclude the whole matter of this entire video and say that the whole point of repentance is to turn yourself in for crimes against the Lord. But when you act and claim innocence, which, side note, that word innocence is thrown away too loosely. It's thrown out too loosely. People use it just to describe people that they don't even know. Nobody perishes innocent. Nobody dies or gets hurt being innocent. That word is thrown out too loosely, right? When you act and claim innocence as though you have done no wrong, you become an outlaw and a fugitive, avoiding correction from the heavenly powers. In other words, if the Father has to get off his throne and chase you for running away from your punishment, your sentence will become even double-fold. Because it's like a kid about to get a whooping. It's one thing that you did wrong, you transgressed, but when you start trying to run away, now you done made the parent even more mad because he had to go out his way to chase you. And now your punishment got to be more because you trying to run away from your own wrongdoing. And to further conclude the conclusion, the point of repentance is to literally say, Lord, I messed up, and I know you coming back. You finna jack everybody up. That ain't right, and I ain't right, and I just want to be right. So whatever I got to do to just be in that mercy, be in that forgiving side, because when you come, it's gonna be death and destruction. When you give yourself up to the Lord and say, you know what, I did wrong, I'm trying to do better. That's the point of repentance. But when you say, I'm good enough, nah, don't need the Lord. The Lord gonna come and kill you. That's the whole point. That's because you are unappreciative of the liberty. You unappreciative of the grace. And you think the Lord owe you when really you owe the Lord. You out here a fugitive, running around like it's okay. Hopefully that wasn't too long. Hopefully I ain't mess up on them points I wanted to bring out, but I'm confident I hit every point. Hope it was edifying, and yeah, shalom.